Every year, it seems like when summer rolls around, we start getting lots of calls and emails from customers and DMs on Instagram from people who are really wanting to order chocolate, but they say, I really want to place this order, but it's hot where I live. The temperatures are really high in like the 90s or even the hundreds, and I'm concerned that the chocolate's gonna melt. Is it safe to order it? Do you guys do something special with it to keep it from melting? And I'm always so glad they've called so I can put their mind at ease, because we take every precaution possible to make sure that your chocolate arrives to you in perfect condition. How do we do this? So we pack the chocolate in insulation and with cold packs, so it stays cold all the way to you. Now, what kind of insulation are we using? Are we using styrofoam that takes a million years to biodegrade? Absolutely not. We do everything possible to avoid using styrofoam and to choose more eco-friendly solutions. Depending on the size of the order, it's either insulated. For smaller orders of usually 6 boxes of chocolate or less, it'll be insulated in material that's made from recycled cotton, and that works fantastically well, totally natural, very easily biodegradable. Then for larger orders, we use a very innovative type of natural insulation that's made actually from powdered stone, which is really fascinating, and that essentially doesn't even need to biodegrade. It's basically just goes back to being the earth. And of course there's a plastic around it that is kind of keeping it from getting wet, and that is a biodegradable plastic. So that's how we're insulating it, and then we got the ice packs in there so it stays cold, so that gives it approximately 48 to 72 hours, depending on the exact temperatures that it's experiencing, that the chocolate's going to stay nice and cold. And that's how we get the chocolate to you. Now, a lot of people are going to ask, well, how should I store the chocolate then when it gets to me? Can I leave it out on the counter, or should I put it in the fridge? Should I put it in the freezer? What's the right thing to do? It all depends what the temperature is inside your home. With chocolate, basically, you always want to make sure you're storing it at 72 degrees or lower. Otherwise, it starts to change some of its crystal formation. It starts to not melt per se. You're not going to see it melting, but the structure of the molecules in there is going to change. And if the chocolate gets warmed up and then cools down, it's actually going to become very dry and brittle, and it's not going to release flavor in the same way. It's going to taste much more bitter and much less sweet, and it's going to feel dry in your mouth. It's not nice when that happens. So if it's very warm in your home, you want to store it in the refrigerator, but don't just put the box in the refrigerator. You want to make sure it's in an airtight container, whether that's like some sort of a Tupperware or in a Ziploc bag. So we always ship our chocolate sealed airtight so that they are protected from fluctuations in humidity. And that's why it's dangerous putting it in the fridge on its own, because the fridge is a very high humidity environment, and that really shortens the shelf life of the chocolate. So if you're going to put it in the fridge, you want it zipped up nice and tight so the humidity on the chocolate doesn't get too high. And then when you're ready to eat it, you don't want to eat it at refrigerator temperature, because then it's going to be too cold. And again, you're not going to get the right flavor release in your mouth. So you want to take it out, leave it out, and let it come to room temperature. And even if that's a warm room temperature, like let's say it's 80 degrees in your home, that's fine. It's actually quite nice, as long as you're going to eat it all then and not going to try to cool it back down later. So take out whatever you're planning to eat, let that come to room temperature. If the temperature is a little warmer than 72, it's actually, as I said, totally okay. The chocolate will get a little bit softer and actually release the flavor even faster in your mouth, so it'll be an even richer flavor experience. So that's our video for today. That's how we get the chocolate to you guys when it's hot out. We're always doing everything we can to make sure chocolate arrives to you in perfect condition. Now, occasionally, maybe a couple times this summer, even despite our best efforts, somebody will give us a call or send an email saying, "No, the chocolate arrived to me melted." And look, that can happen. It's a part of reality. Sometimes, the delivery person parks their vehicle in the hot sun while they go and take a lunch break, and no matter what we do, it's hard to fight that kind of extreme heat. So that happens on very rare situations, and we always are very happy to replace the chocolate and pack it with extra ice on that next replacement shipment to make sure you can fully enjoy it. So thanks so much for joining me, guys. Hope you'll give this insulation system a shot and order some chocolate and check it out and see how perfect of a condition it arrives to you in. Have a beautiful day, and hope to see you here again soon.